Hi there legends, Kitch here again. In this video I'm going to show you how to use the click UI element action to read information from a UI element. Now when I worked out that this was possible, it opened up so many possibilities for writing cool scripts. So let me give you an example of how to use it. So in Pro Tools here I have a clip selected, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the clip menu and then click the rename menu item. And that's going to open up the name dialog box, and you'll notice halfway down we have the information for the parent file name. So right here what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try and get the parent file name of this clip and put it into a variable in SoundFlow. So I'll show you how to do it. So let's click cancel and head over to SoundFlow. So in SoundFlow, I'm going to select the package where I want to create my new macro. I'm going to select the plus button up here and click macro, and I'm going to name it read parent file name. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add an action, and the action that I'm going to add is click UI element. So I'll select this. Now what I'm going to do is for the click UI element action, I'm going to set the property for the UI element. So to do that, I select the pick button here, then head over to Pro Tools. And in Pro Tools, you'll notice that everything's a shade of red. So when I roll over things, the UI picker is selecting it. So if I'm to click something now, it's actually going to give me the path. It's going to record the path of the UI element that I'm currently over. So to avoid doing that, what we're going to do is we're going to hold down the command key, and then we're going to navigate to the menu item that we want. So we're going to click clip and then rename. And now we can let go of the command key, and we now have the ability to still use the SoundFlow UI picker to pick what we want. So in this case, we're going to pick the parent name right here. So let's click that, and we'll head back to SoundFlow and see what happened. So now the UI element, that the property that we have here, now has a path. So the path is Pro Tools, then the first window with the name, and then the first group of that window with the name clip info, and then the first static text, which the text was clip.wave. So what we want to do is, these first three are correct, but this last one here is specific to that clip. So what we want to do is we want to click on here, and instead of having this first static text clip.wave selected, I'm going to change that to third static text. So we'll click on that. So the next step we need to take is converting this to script. So there's a button up here that says convert to script, and when I click that, that makes a duplicate of the macro but in its code form. So here we've got JavaScript rather than the action that we created here. So they both do exactly the same thing. So what we can do is we can select the macro we made and press delete. Press OK, remove that. Select the parent file name, read parent file name script here. And what we're going to do is we're going to adjust this line of code so that we can get the information from the UI element. So let's select the element click selection here, and we're going to delete that. And instead we're going to write the following. We're going to write value dot invalidate, and you'll notice as I'm typing that code hints come up. So as soon as a code hint comes up and it is lit up in blue, we can actually press return and it will add it to the code. And because that's a method, I'm going to put brackets after that, and then I'm going to type dot, and then I'm going to select value one more time, and then colon. So this selection of code here, this is what's going to get the read the information from the UI element. So sometimes we have situations where instead of using value, you can use title, and that will get the actual title. But I know in this case it's going to be value, so we'll leave it as value. So now what we're going to do is we're going to turn this into a variable. So to turn this into a variable, we need to go to the start of the line here. I'm just going to leave a space and then go back, so we've got a space there. Then I'm going to type var for variable, and then space, and then I'm going to call this parent name, P-A-R-E-N-T, name. So then we're going to put an equal sign, and now this variable name here now holds the information once the script is run of the UI element that we picked. So you might notice here that we've got the parent name is all one word. The P in parent is lowercase p, and the N for name is uppercase. This is what's called camel case, and it's standard formatting for writing variables. That's just an extra tip. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to use we're going to log out the result once we run the script. So what we're going to write is log, then open bracket, and then we're going to copy the name of the variable, and we're going to put it within the brackets, and then we're going to put a colon at the end of it. And now we're going to assign a new trigger. So let's select keyboard trigger. When these apps are focused, we're going to set that to Pro Tools. And then for keys, we'll click record, and then we'll use the shortcut Control X. Now, when we head back over to Pro Tools, with the name dialog open, if I press the keys Control X, you'll notice in the top right hand corner that it will log the parent file name like this. And as you can see in the top right here, it's logged out clip.wav. And so that's how you read information from UI elements. And I hope that helps, and I hope that gives you lots of ideas for making some great scripts. If you have any other questions, let me know, and I'd be happy to help you out. So see you next time.